How's it going, everybody? It looks like Scopely's new over the whatever patching system has let us have a look at some new splash screens and some very, very juicy data mines, including one of my favorite characters, Gorr, coming to the game, along with Odin and a couple other characters that we have seen here, which is super exciting. There's lots to talk about here, including the very scary question is there going to be an epic character on here? Well, let's get into it, and we're going to seek to answer that question. I would really hope not, but we'll get there. We'll get there. First of all, let's look at this loading screen. So we got our the Illuminatis on the left side here. We got Black Panther Shuri, Captain Britain, Hank, cool, whatever, 3 new characters, right? Wolverine, who was reworked for the A-Force team. We got Deadpool, who was put on the Risk for Money team, so I'm not expecting any sort of rework for those 2 front figures there. And the man above all, we got Odin's son. Oh my god. This guy is super exciting. Now, is he going to be an Asgard team? Not thinking so, because we're seeing a bunch of other characters on the other side, including Gorr, who would have a lot to do with Odin, and Thanos, and Gladiator, who are also very cosmic-y characters. So any hopes of a Thor rework might be dashed right on the spot. But one theme that we're noticing right away, you know, Thanos we've seen as missing. Is that a rework? Is it a new Thanos? There's a splash screen. We'll talk about that. Gladiator, well, he can go either way. I think Odin's son is a safe Mystic character, and if they've done all the other Asgardians as Mystic, Gorr is very, very well tied to the Asgardians, not in his origin or in his power set, but just in his comic status. So I would not be surprised if that was Mystic. So are we looking at a new Mystic raid team, which would be super exciting? We'll only see 4, maybe we could see Vol stick it, maybe that's wishful thinking, or maybe this is not going to be that team at all, right? But I'm super excited about Gorr. Odin, couldn't give a crap about Gladiator. He's such a stiff bummer of a character. But then we do have some data mines, so I don't even think it's going to be a rework Thanos. I think we're getting a new Thanos. So Gladiator is going to be in those data mines. Gorr, we see both of them on the splash screen. We have the Thanos Endgame, so not like Thanos rework, it's Thanos Endgame. Could that be a costume? The fact that it has its own kind of portfolio, I would suggest not. And then Vampire Minion, which is another cool thing that's probably going to be down the line, right? We have that Moon Knight team, that Karen Page team that we voted Moon Knight onto. That seems like a very Mystic heavy team too. But it looks like they're going to have a minion in there. Who would make a vampire minion? Dracula, right? Like, who would make a vampire minion? Is it going to be Karen? Maybe Karen can make a vampire minion? That'd be very irresponsible of her. I would think it'd be Dracula. So I think I'm actually taking this to be Dracula is coming too. Like a Dracula, Blade, Moon Knight, man, Karen Page plus whoever. That'd be pretty cool. I'd be down with that. And this is where I want to have the conversation where there's enough wiggle room on Gorr and Gladiator not to be Mystic, whereas we know Moon Knight is Mystic. They only put Morbius as the other option. So yes, Man-Thing's on the team too. Man-Thing is going to be Mystic. Swamp Thing, Man-Thing. The stupid tree guy that beat the werewolf by night, which was stupid. He's going to be Mystic too. I don't foresee him being Bio because his influence, right? So I think that's going to be the Mystic Raid team. I don't think this is the Mystic Raid team. In fact, I think this is going to be the next Legendary Unlock team. So we know the Illuminati is going to be used, but we also know Green Goblin needed to, Old Man Lugan needed to. I'm going to assume the next character needs to, and I'm just going to assume that this is going to be the next Legendary Unlock team. I don't think Odin's going to be a legendary character. I don't think Gorr will be a legendary character, especially because Gorr is not in the middle. And so do we think one of these characters is going to be epic, also leading into that legendary unlock? I would heavily consider quitting the game. If we had another epic character in the next patch, I would heavily consider quitting the game. I would have to at that point, because knowing the difference between the Illuminati with Captain Britain and the Illuminati without Captain Britain, if every team going forward is going to have that one character that just stands above everything else, functionality just goes through the roof when they're on the field, and when they're not on the field, it's fucking jokes. I think I would have to leave the game as a content creator. Not because, I mean, I can't have fun, because my one account spends a lot of money. Like, I'm going to get those characters. But because I think all of you would. And I wouldn't blame you. Because then you're not even playing the same game anymore. If you're not playing the same game as the people that are having the most fun, playing with the coolest new toys, like say Odin was a goddamn epic, and yet y'all gonna leave. I won't have anyone to make videos for. So I don't think it's gonna be another epic character. I think Scopely would be really, really dumb if they did that. I'm going to use my words nicely for now because I want to keep the hype going. But if this is another epic character, holy shit. You might just see me start covering Marvel Rivals right away. But yeah, Vampire Minion, I'm going to assume that it's going to be for the next Mystic Raid team on whatever the new Dark Hunters is setting up to be. Here is a splash art of Thanos with his nice trusty Raven. We love that weapon. So I think he's not going to be a protector, which is good. I think he's going to be a nice, strong brawler. Maybe even a blaster, because obviously he shoots like Bifrost. His goddamn weapon. So pretty excited about that for sure. And then we got this one as well. Thanos Endgame. Makes sense. He's got the endgame weapon that he used in the final fight. I don't think this is going to be a new skin. I think this is going to be a brand new character. No helmet. He just ready to kick ass. And I don't think... The old Thanos kit is boring outside of the energy, right? The taunt, yawn. The ult where he drains a little bit, yawn. It's just the energy. And then if he was to become empowered with this, well, then that's a whole new thing, right? But he wasn't empowered in Endgame. That was the whole point of Endgame. He wasn't empowered yet. So I don't foresee this being a reskin. I think it's going to be a brand new character. He looks kind of goofy, but I'm here for it. Also, I heard there's a Silver Surfer splash art out there as well, but it's the same art as when he came out. But it's too coincidental that the Silver Surfer art would just randomly be a new splash screen. There was also War Machine, West Coast Avengers would be sick. Hawkeye Rubric, please God, yes, thank you, please. Lots of cool stuff being kind of just drawn out of the game files. And I'm wondering if this is like Scopely shoving everything like, holy fuck, there's 40,000 people didn't log in the last week because this Captain Britain shit. Give him some shit, give him some shit, give him some shit, quick! Yeah, so lots of cool stuff coming. I want to say the epic character was a flop. I hope it was a flop. I think people that normally spent what they normally spend, and others, maybe they converted like 50 or 100, maybe 200 people. Maybe a couple people spent more than they would normally spend, but I think en masse, there's a lot of people that just straight up quit or haven't been buying that pass yet. And I think that's good. I don't think this is going to be an epic character. I think this is going to be the next legendary unlock. So we just got a Crucible team. The team before this, the two teams before this were both war teams, Mercs for Money and Alpha Flight. Sorry, they're as forgettable in game as they are outside of game. So I don't know what mode this would be for. I don't think it would be Crucible because I think the next legendary character will be Crucible. And I think that they're going to shit stomp down Alpha Flight. So if you didn't get a huge Captain Britain, the next legendary is going to be that guy that comes in and says, fuck off Captain Britain, right? So this team... Maybe war, like raids, it'd be nice to have a Bifrost replacement, but I'm not sure it would fit that mold. I would almost think, like, we got to start getting a Battle World team soon, right? Like, whenever that goddamn mode is coming. But I think because it's been pushed so far, we haven't heard anything about it. I don't think it's going to be Battle World either, which would leave, what, Arena? Could we get a new Arena team? Could you really sell an Arena team? How strong would the team have to be to overpower the Mephistos of the world, the Skrulls, the Old Man Logans, right? It's going to be really hard for them to sell another arena team. The next arena team is going to be bonkers powerful, so get ready for that. But I don't know if this is going to be it. Part of me thinks that this is going to be somewhat like the Sinister Six, where it's going to be for both War and Crucible. We only see 4 characters, and they're all new. Odin, Gorr, Gladiator, and Thanos Endgame. He's in the files of Thanos Endgame, so I think he's going to be a new character. So I'm kind of hoping that we get a Sinister Six, Superior Six type of release, where those are the 4 characters, and maybe there'll be 2 rework characters that slot in, one for War, one for Crucible, and whatever their passive is a huge thing. Or maybe 3 or 4 characters where we could slot them in, like some really cosmic big hitters that are missing, like Silver Surfer has the splash art. Could be Silver Surfer. Who's another cosmic entity that's kind of lacking right now? Oh, I would want Symbiote Spider-Man, but that definitely doesn't really fit the bill, does it? Unless you include the Gorr's weapon thing, right? If you're familiar with the comics. So I'm hoping for that, but I'm just really not sure. I just don't think it's going to be the Mystic Raid team, especially because, well, maybe it would be. Because if this is going to be the next legendary unlock team, that's about the only way they'd be able to sell a Mystic Raid team right now. Because with no new raids on the horizon, we haven't suffered through a new Mystic section yet, and Bifrost does beat the current Mystic section. How on earth could they sell it to us? So there's a lot of questions that go on here. But one thing I wanted to look at is I just wanted to look at some of these characters like affiliations. So we have Calark, and I read over his wiki file here, and it doesn't really give away like what his power set would be, because I was trying to see like, could he be, is he gonna be Force be Mystic? Could he be a bio character? Could he be skill? He's like very, very powerful, so I think it's gonna lean towards bio or towards Mystic. But we'll have to wait and see. So I wanted to see his affiliations and relationships. So the Annihilators, Galactic Council is interesting. Imperial Guard, Dark Guardians, Guardians of the Galaxy, possibly Heralds of Galactus. Heralds of Galactus. It's interesting, right? Because Odin fought against Galactus in like a really, really cool fight. So that's kind of an interesting thing there. We see Sentry and Hyperion. That'd be cool, but I think they would have been in the data mines if that was going to be coming around. And I have no idea about the rest of these. I know the Annihilators, but it doesn't really fit the other characters. So I went ahead and I checked Odin as well. Odin's affiliations very obviously like Asgard's, Agents of Wakanda, which I'd have to dig deep into the random files for that one. But I don't know, I just wanted to come on because I was pretty hyped about this. Very, very excited for these guys, Gorr and Odin. Gladiator, don't care. Endgame Thanos is pretty hype, except we've already had like Infinity Gauntlet Thanos. So I've had the hype for Thanos already. And whatever rework characters are going to go on this team is going to be very cool. The fact that there's 4 new characters is pretty telling, right? Because it'd be 4 new characters and then no reworks, and you slot someone in, kind of like A-Force. Or will there be more reworks for multiple modes? That's what's making me lean towards multiple modes. Though, of course, it could just be Vol with Odin. Go with God, right? We'll have to wait and see. Tonight, this is posted on Monday. Tonight is going to be a new sword satellite. It's going to be the exact same floors, at least like 99% sure it is. I do have save squads that I built for those. So day 1, for the like the free-to-play people that don't have A-Force past 5, they may not have the... They definitely won't have Mephisto past 5. They may not have some of these new characters past 5. I did make a save squad that should bring them all the way up to and beat floor 37. I'm going to make sure that that works again. And then I have one for like super endgame people and those with Mephisto to go all the way up to 40 day 1. So that's going to be day 1. I'll share that with you guys in the video tonight. And then the next day, I have teams now that can go from 41 to 49, beat floor 50, rinse and repeat every single day. I think that's what the leaderboard is going to be, but it's sketchy because floor 46 is super tough, and floor 50, if we use the character that makes floor 50 guaranteed, that's what makes 46 tough. So if you risk either and you lose an entire day on floor 50, which would completely take you out of the running for top 100. Because if people make it to floor 50 day 2 and they beat it day 2, and they just beat it every single day after that, it doesn't matter how many times you drop down and climb up. If you miss one day of floor 50, you're wrecked. And I know I'm only talking to the Mephisto people here. We did a lot of testing. Well, other people did a lot of testing to see if floor 50 was beatable without Mephisto. It's just too big a gap to bridge. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm super pumped for Sword Satellite. I'm super pumped for the ideas. Let me know what you guys are thinking. People shouldn't let off the Captain Britain thing yet. This is a break glass in case of emergency, I think, because it's just kind of random, all this info dump randomly. So I think you guys should keep the pressure up. Anyway, that's it from me. Look forward to that Sword Satellite video. Have yourselves a wonderful night if I don't see you. I will be streaming on Twitch in an hour and 30 minutes if you want to come hang out, and on YouTube. But until next time, stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll talk to you later. Bye! That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.